Well, hello.
Hi.
And welcome to
Well.
We do
That's crap every time.
Every time. And we haven't gotten into a routine.
We have. You did good.
Yeah,
I'm proud of you for that.
Thank you. I tried.
You'll see why we had that reaction in just a moment.
Just a moment. So, my name is Patrice.
And my name is Dana.
And this week's episode, we're going to be talking about
routines.
So you see how I did that play? Yes, awesome. So last week though, we talked about
resolutions versus intentions. Are you a resolution setter or are you an intention setter? And Patrice and I had kind of different views on what they were, and we just kind of opened each other's eyes up to different ways of thinking, and I thought it was a very, very beautiful experience.
I loved our discussion. So if you have not checked out that episode, go ahead and check it out. Episode 6, Intentions and Resolutions. So Dana really brought just a little bit of a clarity to intentions, and I've been a little bit more purposeful with setting my intentions because they're connected. Intentions and resolutions are connected, and I believe during our conversation, we really made that connection clear. Like they, resolutions sometimes get that, it's like a bad word, I don't want to set resolutions or whatever. But the definition of resolution is, I believe, to a defined goal. So it's not a bad word,
right.
And intentions has been thrown around so much as well, but to be intentional about a certain thing is good, and I think that we should live our lives intentional. Yeah, we should, have fun and like woo party. We should have fun, but in the grand scheme, we should have intentions. We should have a goal in mind. Like, okay, so I'm going here, solely to have fun, so my intention today is to relax and have fun, or my intentions today is to connect with a friend and have them comfort me when I need comfort, and so it's such a good thing to have intention, and it's good to have resolutions, that those overall goals.
Right, that's what my eyes opened up to, because I never thought about like having like a big picture thing that you want to reach, but just being intentional about your behaviors that help you get to that place. Like have your, see what you want, but how are you going to get to it? Set those, intentions. Be very mindful of your behaviors that are going to help you reach whatever it is that you see off in the distance, and pretty soon it will not be so far away.
Yeah. So that was awesome. So you, again, check that out. We had a really good discussion on that. But today we're going to jump right into it. So today we are talking about routines. I think maybe a couple of weeks ago, I had posted a picture of me with my little teacup, and I love cute little teacups. Well, not little, but like, grown size, but they're cute. Teacups. So I have tea at nighttime, and I posted a question on my Instagram, do you have a routine? And Dana posted questions like, man, this should be our next topic there. And I was like, yeah. So so here we are. That was kind of awkward.
But here we are.
So I have a night routine. My night routine consists of dimming, having only one light on. So I usually turn off all the rest of my lights.
My stomach's growling. Sorry guys, if you heard it.
I have a couple lights in my room, so I usually during the day they're like, it's bright. Like I like light, but toward the end of the day, I usually just keep my lamp on by my bed, and then I fix me my nighttime tea. So it's a little, either I'll have I love I don't know what brand it is, the Sleepy Time tea, whatever that is.
Celestial seasoning?
Yes, yeah. So then I have the sleepy time tea, and sometimes, or I'll have sometimes just cinnamon, lemon, a little apple cider vinegar, and a chamomile tea or a lemon tea, just anything really hot liquid. But sleepy time tea, and maybe just a placebo effect, but I'm like, ooh, I feel so sleepy. Whatever.
It's so dramatic.
I am. I'm like, ooh, I'm sleepy now, you know. But whatever, you know, try it, you know, see if we get you a little drowsy. So I have my tea and I read, and then that's my routine there. So it kind of, that routine helps my body it lets my body know, hey, we're shutting it down for tonight. And it's around the same time, like I'm in the bed around that 9:45, 10 o'clock, I'm in the bed. So, you know, when people, like most people know, like, that 11 o'clock, late, we're not getting a response, because I'm asleep. Some people have texted me late because they're up. But it doesn't matter. I'm still not, you know, hey, my body's
She
like,
does not respond.
yeah, no, there's no response there.
And
no.
usually I greet her by saying, hey, Grandma, I know you're in bed, but I want to send this before I forget.
And, you know, so, hey, listen, you text me, you call me, don't call me unless, no, it has to be an emergency. Like, it has to be something, like, serious, you know what I mean? Like, boom, I don't know, like, Beyonce's here, she want to meet me, you know, like, we can do that, but, like, everything else, don't call. Like, I had somebody call me at 9 o'clock one time, and I felt really uncomfortable about that, and I don't know, anyways, it was 9 o'clock, like, 9 o'clock's late to call somebody, maybe because it was the way I was raised, because I don't know, you know, I'm a little older, so I was raised, you know, in the, like, 80s and 90s, where, you know, after hours, you had one phone, it was a house phone, and don't nobody call after hours. Like, after hours is like 8, you know. So, somebody calling the house at 8 is ringing throughout the whole house, and everybody like,
something must be wrong.
Something wrong, or something's going to be wrong because your mama feels a little smooth off.
Right.
So, anyway.
Who is this little boy calling you?
Or you can do the whole call and hang up, like, call one time, and then I'll hang the phone up like you had to pick it up. Ooh, anyways, I was a little fast. Anyways, so that's my routine. So tea is, you know, dimming the lights and getting into bed, and tea and a little bit of reading, and that's my night routine. What routines do you have?
So I have a morning routine and a night routine, and they're very
Dana-ish?
Dana-ish. All right, so when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is open my eyes. But then I get up and I go pee, and then I do my tongue scraping. Yeah, I have a tongue cleaner. I wish I had it with me so I could show you guys, but I scrape my tongue, and then I go drink. We'll do an episode about tongue cleaning and why it's important.
We should. Okay.
But that's the first thing I do when I wake up, and then I go drink my lemon water apple cider vinegar concoction. And then I, you know, wake my voice up and stuff like that. But those are the things that I do for me when I wake up in the morning. And then at night, I'm so embarrassed to say this, but at night before I go to bed, for the past maybe almost, not quite a year, maybe more like 6 months or so, I do a headstand. I go in my living room and I do a headstand, and I stay there for, you know, a few seconds, and then I come down into child's pose and I relax for a few minutes, and then I go get in the bed.
So why, because we all thinking, why do you do a headstand?
I don't know. Okay, so I wanted to learn how to do them, and a while back I took a workshop, Journey to Handstands at work.
Oh yeah, okay.
And I learned, you know, a technique about, you know, going into the inversion or whatever, and so I just started practicing it, and when I would practice it would be after everybody else was already in the bed, and so it, for whatever reason, it just relaxes me now. And so
that is interesting.
Yeah.
I would like somebody to top that routine. Let us know what your night routine is. I want somebody to top a headstand. But that signals your body it's time to lay it down.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if it just kind of like dumps everything and then like resets me when I stand up. I don't know, but I feel relaxed after I finish. Actually, before I do the headstand, I do this other stretch that I'm working on too, because I'm working on opening up my hips. And so I do that hip stretch, and then I do the headstand, child's pose, relax for a few seconds, and then I go get in the bed. And I won't let myself like get on once I've done that, I don't let myself get on my phone or anything like that.
Wow. So I'm going to try a headstand tonight. I'm going to try it. I'm going to take a picture of it. So check my Instagram out for my headstand picture or something to that sort. So we're gonna see how I feel. I'm going to pay attention to how I feel before and after. Because you could be onto something. We could just start a whole headstand night movement thing because Dana is about that headstand life. Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know what it does. I just know
it works.
I need to research it, but it works for me.
It works. So routines are important, and that's what we wanted to talk to you guys about today is setting routines. So it's reported that 90% of our daily behavior is habits. It's just things that we just do automatically. So setting a routine is a way to get control of our habits and directing our day. I believe it's over 95% of the most successful people in the world have these daily set morning rituals or habits. And a lot of times you think of a routine or a ritual as something mundane or just boring or stifling, like this is the same thing every day. But we're parents and we know the importance of a routine, as far as getting our children in bed. Like our children know, okay, this is the time. Not whether the jokers really listen, but yeah, they know that this is the routine, and we know the importance of setting routines. Like when you're a new parent, the doctors tell you, get into this routine. And somehow, as we get older, we break that and we just want to break free from routine. But it's important for us excuse me, it's important for us as adults to have routines. So, when you look at some of the most accomplished athletes, it's not like just by accident or they don't have set routines, I believe that, and I wish I would have wrote it down, what Tiger Woods had a set routine that he did. Michael Phelps had a set routine, and both of those routines were different from everybody else, and we can see the results of those phenomenal athletes, so setting a routine is beneficial. So some of the benefits of it just helps reduce your stress. If
you're not worrying about what the next step is going to be, because you know what's coming.
Right. So it reduces that. It reduces the stress that you have. It can prevent procrastination, which is like, it's a battle for me, procrastination. It's difficult. Anyways, it can help with that, because if you already know what's going on, this is what happens every day. So there's no lollygagging with that. I know what's going on. It can help with managing your time and being a respecter of time, and that's something that I'm starting to do now, is respect time. And I believe so many of us, we use the terms like, I have, all the time in the world, or I have, I'm just wasting time. We shouldn't. I don't know how else to put that, but we really shouldn't.
Time.
Just killing time, and time is valuable. It's so valuable, and we should treat it as such. And again, dealing with some of the most successful people. I used to work for a gentleman. We both used to work for a gentleman that his time was important. Now, if you had an issue, you can go to him, but you need to be direct.
Right.
Say what you need to say, and then keep it moving.
Like leave the fluff out.
Keep it moving. And at first, if you're not secure, you would think that he was a little bit more.
Or like he didn't care.
Or
wasn't listening or whatever.
Yeah. But he listened.
Yeah.
He listened to every, like he probably could replay a conversation that we've had years ago, very detail oriented, but time, he was kind of one of the people that helped me be aware of time and how important it is to respect that time. And he's a very successful businessman.
Right. He has how many business? Like several businesses, and he would like wake up, 2-3 o'clock in the morning, go for like 20-mile runs.
Yeah.
And then go through his day-to-day operations.
Absolutely. And he has set routines. Like he goes to bed at a certain time. He wakes up at a certain time.
Right.
And during his day-to-day business, he has things scheduled. And so when you come in to the interruption of his schedule, he gives you that respect, which I also appreciated. But again, and I think it's a beautiful thing when you respect time, and I'm trying to manage that a little bit better, especially with being late. I'm trying to work on it. She's smiling because I was a little late this morning.
Well, I smiled because I was late to your late. So we were supposed to meet at 11.
Yeah.
She texted me and said I'm about 10 minutes late, and then I was late to her late.
Too late to my late. So we are both working on being on time and being a respecter of time. But I do like to not just show up places late. I do like to let people know, hey, I'm so sorry. I'm so many minutes late. It still does not give it a good excuse.
Right.
So I'm really trying to be a respecter of time, and so that's why routines is so valuable.
And it's how you become great at something too. Like if you want to master something, set a certain time or set a certain amount of time every day to go and do whatever that thing is. So I think that's where a lot of success stems from. Is just constantly, consistently practicing whatever it is.
Constantly, and there's a set routine.
Yeah.
Nobody is successful accidentally.
No.
Like there's no I didn't look at that. I got a gold medal. I didn't even
right. I didn't even practice. No, like that's not how it works. 4 o'clock every day, I'm in the pool. 3 o'clock every day, I'm on the court. Whatever it is that you want to do, you gotta make time for those types of things. To manifest in your life.
Absolutely. And we're talking, we've used examples of athletes, but even if your goal is to, one of my ultimate goals or one of my big picture goals is to be a phenomenal mother, which, some people may not look at it as a goal, whatever, but I set, I'm intentional about certain things, or I set routines with my children to ensure that. So I have time blocked off for my children, and I look at my schedule and I do my weekly schedule. I make sure that I put time in for my children, so that we can have that connection, so that I'm reaching my goals. So I set them in my routine, in my daily schedule. And we talked about planning in an episode before as well, time management. And I think this kind of just is a piggyback off of that as well. Piggyback. Okay. I don't know where, because you don't ride pigs, so I don't know. You don't ride pigs.
A piggyback ride. What?
I don't
Where
know.
did that even come from?
I have no idea. Why piggyback? Because you can't ride. I mean, you got those big ones that
those
like
are hogs, right? Oh no,
you got the big ones, the
big
big fat pigs or whatever. But they don't ride them. Maybe a kid could ride them.
I guess.
But they don't seem like they would be like an animal to
ride. Okay, sorry.
Anyways, so we talked about a couple episodes ago. We talked about time management, and that just kind of goes in with that routine. And they're setting those routines. Sorry. So now we're thinking about pigs. Yeah, we're thinking about pigs, whatever. Okay. Pigs. But they're a cute animal, I think. I like pigs. I want to get a farm.
Maybe like the little itty bitty baby ones, but like when they get big and their nose is all wool.
No, I like the big ones too. Like when I want a farm and I want pigs. I want pigs and I want them to go. Yeah, just I'm not gonna raise them. I don't. Anyways, we're not gonna go there. But
right.
Yeah, I want a pig. I want like a big pig. Like I saw a family that had like a big pig that laid on the floor. Like,
what did you name it?
I don't know. Of course, Piggy, Miss Piggy.
No, you have to come up with something a little bit.
Bacon.
bacon. I like the name bacon for a pig, except don't eat it.
Yeah, I'm not. We're not gonna. We've gotten off topic. So listen, okay? Off topic, okay? And
routine.
Set routine. So here's the thing, real talk, okay? We didn't have a set plan for this discussion.
Right, we didn't.
So we're freestyling, but if we had a set routine,
it probably would go a lot more smooth.
It would, but then again, it wouldn't because it's us. So
right. We have a layout for. We do have a layout, so we do the way we do our show. So we
did do kind of layout though.
Yeah,
we do
but that's what it is. Like, so we have that, and we kind of know it now. And I think maybe, this is another good point, because one thing that happens is, like, when you get into your routine, a lot of times you get comfortable and relaxed, and you don't pre-plan like you should. Because like specifically for this episode, we didn't,
just kind
set it out or talk about it like we, normally would, because we feel like, oh, I got this.
Yeah.
But, you have to consistently be consistent with practicing, what your routine is going to be. That's a good point. Even though I like segues. I like when conversations have segues.
Yeah.
Or not segues,
side notes. Oh, okay, tangents, yeah. It feels like she would have to like that because we're friends. Because I don't feel like we've ever had a direct conversation
and not gotten off.
Like, we can have a serious conversation and still get distracted, or I get, distracted, and we have a whole nother conversation, but we come back. So that's kind of like a prerequisite to being my friend, is you have to be able to know how to jump back into the conversation and remember where we left off at. That's important too. Remember that point we left off at. So we left off at routines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So homework.
All
right. So a couple of weeks ago, I did something, like I challenged myself, because I am a night owl, like Patrice alluded to earlier in the conversation. I'm a night owl, and so I wanted to see what it would feel like if I went to bed at a specific time every night. And I set the time to be 10 o'clock. Like, I didn't want to go to bed any later than 10 o'clock. And every day that week, I went to bed at 10 o'clock. And I tell you, it was one of the best weeks productively that I have ever had. I felt well rested. Like, I woke up. I mean, I usually wake up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed these days anyway. But, like, it was even more so. And I felt energized. I felt like I had purpose. I felt more focused because, I got, the amount of rest that I needed to get. So what I would like to challenge you all to do this week for homework is to pick a habit or some sort of task that you guys want to implement into your daily routine, and just commit to doing it for a week and see how it feels. Yes, I've gotten off of that 10 o'clock bedtime routine, but I have the reference point, and I know, like, if I'm starting to feel like I'm getting off kilter, I know what I can go to because I set that routine into my practice. And so that's what I would like to charge you all to do this week, is to pick something and just, set that into your daily routine for a week.
For 1 week. And we want to hear about it. So leave us comments. Shoot us an email at wellpod@gmail.com. Let us know what is it that you've set. What routine did you set? I believe for the next 5 days, I'm trying to incorporate more water. So off camera is a nice gallon of water that I haven't even reached halfway point, and it's already later in the day. So I'm trying to drink more water. I drink a lot of water, but I just feel like I need a little. I just know I need to drink a little bit more. So I'm gonna put myself on this gallon. Now, will I continue a gallon for the rest of my life? Probably not. But I do want to just kind of help flush my system out and get things going a little bit more. So my routine right now is drinking that gallon of water, which of course is up in the ante with the bathroom because, again, I have to use the bathroom again. So that's the fun part. But let us know your routines. Let us know what you are going to do. Let us know what one thing are you going to change. What one thing do you want to add to your life or add to your routine?
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So we pray. Yeah, we're going to get out of here. And we pray that wellness is manifested in your physical, spiritual, and mental life. Until next time.
Be well.